Things have turned so icy between Black American men and women that there's now a popular movement called Passport Bros, an outgrowth of the Black Manosphere, the collective of YouTube content creators who discuss issues around American culture's demonization of masculinity. Passport Bros are primarily Black men who leave America shopping for wives and girlfriends in Brazil, Colombia, Thailand, Costa Rica, the Philippines, and anywhere outside of America. They're men who believe American women, particularly Black women, have the wrong values, expectations, worldview, and attitude for a serious relationship.
Welcome back to another episode with the Unspecialist. This time around, we'll be talking about Jason Whitlock sharing his thoughts about the Passport Bros. The notoriety of the hashtag Passport Bros continues to grow in real life and on all social media platforms. As the movement grows, so does the opposition and the level of scrutiny of the group. Most external commentary has ranged from mildly negative comments to the ludicrous and hateful. Most commentary from the mainstream and persons with big platforms has been negative and misleading at best. This is where Jason Whitlock enters the fray. At first, I was concerned when I heard Jason Whitlock was going to comment on Passport Bros because he has a habit of making wild takes with imperfect information and then standing in it simply because the pushback is coming from political or ideological opposition. He's right more often than he's wrong, but his commentary could have brought all the wrong attention to the Passport Bros. Let's see what he had to say and break down a few clips from his show.
Heterosexual, masculine men seek long-term relationships with women whom they find common ground with about roles in the relationship. Men of faith seek women whom they find common ground with about biblical values. If a woman thinks being an ally to the LGBTQ alphabet mafia is more important than being an ally to God, there's going to be a problem in the relationship. If she objects to male leadership in the relationship, there's going to be a problem. It's inevitable. Our marriage rate is low and our divorce rate astronomical because we don't agree on the basic fundamentals of a relationship. The discord over fundamentals leads to baby mama culture. Baby mama culture leads to train wreck neighborhoods and communities. Baby mama drama is driving men to acquire passports and look elsewhere for relationships.
One of the first things Whitlock points out is the different values of many Black men and women in current society. This difference in values between the genders extends to the rest of Western society as well. Since we know usual comments, they're traveling just for sex or to exploit women. But that argument doesn't stand up well when you consider the entire process. There are push and pull factors for these men that travel. We can apply that to the dating or marriage market and to the tourism market. Something is pushing them away from the women in their society and something is pulling them overseas. No matter their desired outcome, casual or committed, different values appear to be top of the hierarchy of factors. The men looking for something committed are pushed away by a culture that devalues commitment and incentivizes separation, a culture where family building gets minimized, and an economy where it's becoming even more difficult to even start a family. I'd say that this is certainly a strong push factor. Naturally, the pull factors are the opposite. Cultures that value marriage, family building, and economies where it would be easier to raise a family. The latter point is made more significant by the fact that according to the 2018 Global Wealth Report, around 1/3 of Americans are in the top 10% globally. And many countries in the West also share a similar economic advantage. Let's look at the men traveling for more casual engagements. To some, it may seem ridiculous that they'd leave the West, which is dominated by casual engagements, for somewhere else. But even here, values are a push and pull factor. Ambiguity, games, and manipulation dominate the Western dating landscape. And it isn't just isolated to dating apps. Men across the board are finding things to be tedious and even frustrating. Feminism, sexual liberation, and other social trends have blurred the lines and made gender roles unclear. Should a man pay or shouldn't he? How soon do you declare your interest? How do you express your attraction? How long should it take to share your intentions or desired outcome? All these are questions that many find themselves asking when dating in the West, male or female. The scary part is that on a case-by-case basis, answering any of these questions incorrectly or even seeking answers could end in disaster. As such, most avoid them, leading to the dreaded situationship or worse. In other cultures, the rules of engagement are much clearer, something I highlighted in my first video on this subject.
I think that men have been doing this for years. If you ask me, Black men are late to the party. When you look at white men who have been doing well in life, a lot of them have married foreign women. White men have been doing this for a long time. So I think Black men are just now coming up on it. And it shows that there are a lot of people just plain sick of feminism, period, across the board. So I have no issue with Black men deciding that they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, because what I think is that Black women, they saw this happening, but they never thought it could happen to them. They continue to think you could just put anything in front of a Black man. You could be fat, you can talk back, you can ridicule him, belittle him, and be condescending anytime you're upset, and he's just going to continue to be right there, because where else is he going to go? Now he's showing you he's going to get his passport and he's going to look elsewhere.
Being a passport bro or traveling is a viable solution. It's obvious that many men aren't finding what they want in Western women. The women aren't finding what they want either. On the men's side, there are several solutions to this problem. However, no matter which solution is chosen, it's agreed upon that it's all about not dealing with certain types of women. On one side, men who choose to stay in their country either look for different women in their environment or try to change the existing women into what they want. The latter is usually a futile endeavor. Sometimes these men try to change the environment itself, but that's impossible because modern Western society is anti-patriarchy and actively prevents men from gaining or exerting control in certain ways over the environment. This is where traveling becomes a solution that solves all three problems. First, even though feminism and sexual liberation is global, there will most likely be a higher percentage of women with desirable traits in any target destination. No need to look for a needle in a haystack when you can just grab a pack at the store. Second, these men don't need to change women who are already raised with certain cultural values. Third, there's no turning back or changing for the West. Some might say that's the case for the whole world, and these men are just making the best of the opportunities that are left.
Get out of here. Go see the world. Go see women, feminine women, and Black women in different parts of the world and see how the setting and the culture there compare, and you can compare it back here to the States, and you see the wave now of Black men leaving in droves. And they're starting to get younger in their 20s now. They're starting to get 23 now. And they figured out a way to work abroad since that pandemic. They found a way, well, I can work abroad now. And the money doesn't have to be that significant because of the exchange rate. Now I can live abroad and I can start my lifestyle at 23.
Do you think Jason Whitlock gave a fair representation of the passport bros? Is traveling a viable solution for men looking for better dating or marriage options? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content in the future. This is the Unspecialist saying you should be trying to explore the world regardless. Peace.